What's up guys, Canadian Guy A here, and I am back with yet another review. This time it's for Trials Rising. Thanks so much to Ubisoft for supplying me a review code to be able to get the game early and review it for the channel. Trials is an interesting genre of game. It's a linear racing platformer that pushes your slight hand movements to the test. It's a simple concept with a complex execution. Simply get to the end of the course to win. That's about it. However, to get there is where the trial comes in. No? No one? Alright. But it's not as simple as going from points A to B. See, you have to go over hills, down ramps, up ramps, and hundreds of different obstacles that all require a different way to surpass them. Needless to say, you're going to be wiping out a lot. Trials' core gameplay is the same as always, but this time going a bit deeper than I expected from its previous titles. Most importantly, the environments. Though the gameplay feels almost no different from the previous entries, the places that you race on have gotten more complex and intriguing to the eyes. This being one of my favorite aspects of the whole game, seeing how the track does something completely wacky or taking something impractical and making it practical in some way, shape or form to the course. However, I think one of the most exciting things is when you're driving up to a mechanism that you have no idea how to drive through, and you honestly feel a huge rush of excitement because you really don't know what's going to happen. So it's really neat to have that in this type of game. Some of the transitions in this game are the best I have seen in any Trials game to date. Being at a Hollywood studio and entering a CGI room and everything turning to an alien attack is a fantastic experience. Or going to a medieval park and seeing dark age weaponry or aged stone really sparks imagination and shows that they had a lot of fun with this game. Another thing I really liked is the improvement of the dynamic camera. They do a fantastic job with the fact that the game, though it is linear, feels a lot more dynamic than just going from points A to B in a straight line. It feels more than just a straight line, as there are turns and difficulties that, even though it is still linear, makes it not feel linear. The controls can be a tad difficult if it's your first time in a Trials game, as it feels every single thing you do. If you lean a bit too far forward or back, not go fast enough, or perhaps go too fast, you're going to eat it. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a laugh as your poor rider just gets thrown around like a ragdoll and does the weirdest things with his body. However, doing something that you think is going to end up eating the dirt for the 37th time in a row and somehow recovering feels amazing. Though it is likely that as soon as you get that feeling of amazement, you're going to smack into something hard. Now, though this game is a lot of fun, it has its flaws. Though the game has a track maker, it's not very user-friendly and the creation tools are kind of bad. But that's my personal opinion on the matter. But where this game hits hard for me is, well, the microtransactions and loot boxes. Now, this game is priced at only $24.99 US or $34.99 Canadian, so I can give it as little pass. But still, to this day, microtransactions in games that I already forked money over for still leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It kind of removes some of the game's luster, but again, that's my personal thoughts on the matter. Another minor issue that I had was the graphics. They aren't bad by any means, but they don't wow me either. They are definitely acceptable, but I think that graphically the game could have been pushed a bit harder. My last complaint was the choice of music to me was dreadful. But as most people say, music is subjective to the listener. Just that subjectivity didn't lean in my direction. But happily, I was able to turn the music completely off and was able to hear my poor rider's screams of pain in pure bliss. Overall, if you're a big Trials fan, then I highly suggest you pick the game up. It keeps what is great about the Trials franchise while adding new ideas in terms of dynamics that keeps it fun. If you have been waiting to get into the Trials games, then again, I do suggest picking up the game as it is unique yet simple. The microtransactions and loot boxes are a bit of a bummer to me, but gets a small pass for coming out at a discounted rate. The track maker isn't the most user-friendly, and the graphics could use a bit more of a push, but overall, I would recommend this game for most people. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Cue the extra.